So how do we use these three clues? We had the first clue, that was the bull channel, right? The bull channel gives us our zone. And our zone, like I said, right, if we break through it, we're buying pullbacks. If we break below it, we're selling retracements. The second clue we got was the wedge, right? The price wedge we see right here. Mark up your lows, mark up your lows. There you go, is your price wedge low. Highs and highs. There's your price wedge high. And of course, that third clue was that dollar, right? That dollar had a bear price channel, and that bear price channel, we tried to sell when the dollar was rising off the lows. We tried to buy when the dollar was coming off the highs. Now what happened today was we ended up going right to the top of that channel. You can see it right here. We're right near the top of that channel, sorry, the top of that wedge. And of course, at the high of that wedge, where was my dollar? My dollar was at the low of its channel. What do you think we did? We sold the highs of the wedge. The second trade today didn't happen very quickly. It was about 2 hours later. It was real sloppy this morning, as you guys know. And what happened was it went through the highs of the wedge. Well, when it went through the highs of the wedge, what was the dollar doing? Dollar was falling now. So we saw the price go up to the highs of the wedge. I looked for the short first, and we'll show you guys that in a second. But sure enough, it pushed right through those highs. And when it went through those highs, I bought a pullback knowing that the dollar was in this bear channel and the dollar was falling. So 3 clues. It gave us a pretty good plan of attack today, guys. As you can see, we go up. That creates the high of the wedge. We come down. That creates the low of the wedge, if you guys recall from that previous slide. And then you'll see here, we go through 8:30, 9 o'clock. By 9:30, which is right about there, we wait till 9:35. We find ourselves up at the high of the wedge. And what am I doing right now? Couple things. We knew we had the dollar correlation, which means the first thing I'm doing is I'm making sure this dollar is at support and ready to rise. Dollar was at support. We want to sell the highs here. I sell the highs for 38 ticks, right? That's a +5, a +10, and a +18. 2 off at 5 is 10. 1 off at 10 is 10. And then 18, of course, right, gives you your 38 ticks. Guys, that is skilling out of that position. And how did I get in this trade? Again, sell the highs of the wedge. You'll notice the only 13 range pattern was right there. So if you got in short on the 13 range chart, you made money there as well. If you took it as a 4 range 2-step off the highs, like I did right here, as you can see, we've got the 4 range chart here. We'll go up, swing low, break through that swing low, came back a little bit, then drop like a rock here, and that's where we made our 38 ticks. So again, at the highs of that wedge, I'm looking for that reversal pattern, looking to sell those highs. Now here's a great example of what happens next. Look what happens next. Now we're going to go right back up to the highs again. This was real sloppy because, again, the dollar was in that channel, and the dollar literally was down, then back up, and down and back up, and it was going literally tick by tick with the dollar this morning.